Hello, everybody. Todd Nasloni here, and for this week's little tidbit that I wanted to send you some free PD, if you want to look at it that way, is I want to talk about an idea for team building. I know we've been doing some social media 101 lessons, but I kind of want to shift the focus because a lot of us are going back to school, whether that's in person or virtual, so we need some ideas to connect with our students. And this idea that I'm going to share might not be best at the beginning of the year because your kids don't really know each other very well, but something to put in your files to think about for later. And that is the king or queen of the day. Now, when we did this, I would sit a student at a chair at the front. Now, we had whiteboards, and some of you may have whiteboards or chalkboards, and I'll give you a virtual way to do this in a second. But I set my students up at the front of the room, one at a time, one student, and it was a different student each week, and they had the whiteboard behind them. And then I would tell the rest of the class, let's pour into them. Let's show them how much we love them. Tell me something that when you see this kid right here, it makes you think this positive thought about them. And so they would say things like, he makes me laugh. And so right there, next to his head, it might pop up, he makes me laugh. And then they may say, oh, well, he has, he helps me with my work. Right over there, I'm going to write on the board, he helps me with his work, with my work. And so as you fill the board up with all these positive things written around them, and then you're able to take a picture of them with all those things around them. And then that picture, they get to take one home, but you also put it up on the wall. So on the days that the kids forget kind of why they're there, or who, if anybody even noticed them, you have those days that you really poured into them. Now, this works best if you've been building that culture in the classroom where the kids are looking for positive things, where you're pouring into the students. Now, how do you do this virtually? What if you can't see each other face to face and you want to do this? Even in a Zoom or a Google Meet, what you could do is tell everybody to get a piece of paper or to type it on their device or however you want to, or even put it in the chat box. And you could say, okay, everybody, this next week, we're going to celebrate Samantha. And so I want you to be thinking about something really great about Samantha that you love about her and bring that next week to share. And so what they can do is one by one on their screen, they can hold up a little sign they've made of something they love about Samantha. They can type it in the comments if they don't have the resources at home to be able to make a sign. They could put it on their device and show their screen up to their phone whenever they do that. There's all those ways to do it, but it's such a unique way. And then when everybody holds it up, you can take a picture. Or when everybody's putting in the chat, you can take a picture of that, and then you can print it out and mail it to that student. So there's workarounds and ways to do it, but I wanted to share, and I'm going to continue each week to share some different team building activities, some that will have social distancing involved, some that may not for when we get back in those days, and some like this that you want to hold on to and maybe do in like November or December of the year when you need to bring everybody together and start doing this. Now, as the kids are getting to know each other, you could even do this as soon as next week, because a lot of your kids are probably going to know the kids they're with. They're not like brand new students. So you don't have to wait too long to pour into each other, but this makes a huge deal. Better yet, do this idea during one of your team meetings or encourage your principal to do this during a staff meeting. It's super powerful as adults. It's really uncomfortable to sit there and have everybody pouring into us when we're doing that, but it's super powerful as adults to sit there while our peers are telling us wonderful things about ourselves, and then to have that graphic of all the things written around us to hold on to, that is incredible. So there's your Thursday tip for the week, and I'll be sharing some more next week. Hope you all have a great week.